Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Frosthaven. It is week 9 of summer, so we are approaching the next season, which I'm assuming it's just going to jump straight to winter rather than having the autumn time in there. In terms of where we are with our stuff, we need to go through and decide what we're going to do in terms of buildings this week. We can build a new building, get some climbing gear, sled or a boat. We could potentially upgrade the craftsman. But there's also the option, now that the alchemist has been upgraded, that we could decompose potions that we're not really going to use. And you take the parts of those to find new recipes. And I think that's a smart choice. Let's choose which herb to extract. Because this is unknown, I don't think we can. I mean, we know what goes into it. We just can't make it directly. I could deconstruct the stamina potion and get one of the herbs back from that. Yeah, because the poison is unknown. On the plus side, as I said, we can see what there is in order to actually make it. So let's have a look and see what we need. The holy water, it's all right. It's not amazing. So deconstructing that, if we get a flame fruit out of it, that'll open up some more options for us. So let's decompose that. We could make this one. We could make this one. Are there any other potions that we want to decompose? I'm going to keep the explosive vial because it will be useful. Maybe the renewing one. We could get rid of the renewing one. And if we get rid of the renewing one, that means we could recover the snow thistle. Which means we could make the poison potion. Well, we'll give that... Ooh, did that not give it? I think it might have... Unless we've technically got 2 of them, but we can only take 1 out. I think it might not have done what I wanted there. Yeah, I think it ended up getting wasted. Her 3 out of 2 available. I should have given it to someone. It's a shame. It's a mistake, but these things happen. Let's find out what the next potion is. Stone skin potion. Performs ward. That's going to be very handy. Let's give that to the drifter. And that's equipped already because we are level 5. Yeah, I like that combination. That's all we could do in terms of actually making stuff. If we were to deconstruct the explosive file, we could find out what this is. I'm a little tempted to do that. Okay, let's find out. What are you? Flame vial. During your turn, perform wound at range 1. It's pretty handy. Let's give it over here instead of the healing potion. And we'll keep the healing potion spare. We could potentially give that to someone else. That was a pretty good run of stuff on the alchemist. We've got a good understanding of things that we can make involving 2 herbs. I'm assuming there's going to be stuff that involves 3 herbs later on, but for right now, that's pretty solid. How about items? Do we care about any of these? It doesn't look like any of them are going to be particularly amazing. Is there anything that we want to sell? Keeping the mirrored knife makes makes sense because there may be a specific mission later on that becomes more useful. The magnetic cape, it's a nice idea being able to teleport back to someone. We'll leave it alone for now, but we might switch over for that on a specific mission as well. I think we're pretty good. And in terms of crafting stuff, still don't understand a reason for this spiked collar. The fact that it takes a simple charm in order to do. Why would you do that to yourself? Well, we'll leave it alone. So that's everything on the various bits of construction. So building, let's we could upgrade the craftsman. What would we get if we do that? It'll be new item blueprints. Probably worth us entertaining it, seeing as we're going into the temple at the moment. So we'll get that going, and we will donate 2 from you. There we go. That's a pretty even spread. Get that building. Nicely done. That's going to give us another prosperity, which moves us a little bit closer to the next town level. I think that's everything that we can do in town without sacrificing some of our morale. I guess the only question is if we want to buy or sell metal. We do have a little bit of money, so yeah, let's buy some resources, not just at the mining camp, but also at the logging camp and at the hunting lodge. And then back out into the world. So we had just opened up the Temple of Liberation. More automaton can be inside. Looks like a few resources as well. Follow the conduits further into the temple. Let's get on our way. And there's an encounter. You're hiking along the banks of a small creek when a spray of colour draws your eye. Blood in the snow. You draw closer to the scene. Telltale black-red pools already soaking into the snow and mud. You're no stranger to the aftermath of a hunt, and this doesn't look like someone took down game. From the amount of blood and disturbed snow here, you're pretty certain this was a fight. Do we follow the person who seemed to lose, or do we follow, I guess, the assailant? Let's follow the supposed victim. Ah, there we go. The blood trails off from the scene into a nearby copse of trees. Following it, you discover the trail splits. The blood trail continues to the left. Though judging by the broken twigs and footprints, someone also arrived to the right. Yeah, follow the trail to the left.
As you follow the trail of blood, an arrow buries itself in a tree by your head.
Oh, hello. Thought you were them.
A young Inox in a blood-stained blue cloak sits against a nearby rock, nursing some heavy wounds.
A load of undead got the drop on me. I was just about to go. Finish them off. If you can spare anything to brace this pain, I'll let you come help.
Interesting. Yeah, we can give a healing potion that we're not actually taking along on this mission. We are going to lose it completely, but I'm fine with that. Now, for the battle goals, what are we going to do? Never exit a room with loot bags in it. That's a relatively straightforward one to get. Kill an enemy and loot the bag in the same turn. And never use your lowest initiative played card as your initiative card. That doesn't feel like Dawdler. That feels like anti-Dawdler. Never losing the lowest initiative played card as your initiative card. It means you're always doing the second slowest thing. We'll try for Dawdler. I don't think it's really likely, but we'll see what happens when we get in there.
The light here is sparse. You tread carefully with torches held high, the long stone hallways bending in the darkness. You march with your eyes straining forward, and only after a long stretch of time do you find anything new. A hallway appears, bathed in a faint yellow glow. The light is dim at first, but intensifies as you continue on, and a few moments later you arrive at the source. An immense chamber dominated by a huge, humming blue orb.
Yellow orb.
The room is truly massive. The soaring, domed ceiling is carved with intricate rectangular designs. The walls, too, share this motif, and 4 large pillars stand in 4 quadrants of the room, each topped with a small, glowing yellow node. The orb, which is the primary source of the light, is positioned in the center like a sun, humming in key with the 4 pillars around it.
Interesting.
A small crowd of mechanical creatures have gathered here. Some look like the machines you faced already, bipedal beings made of metal and cord, but others are new and strange. All of them are turned toward the orb, heads bowed as if in prayer.
That says sneak attack to me.
There is little time to wonder at the sight. Shortly after you enter, one of the machines turns and sees you. It rises at once, and the other mechanical parishioners follow like a silent wave. As they do, the 4 pillars deploy a protective shroud that encases the main orb in a hazy barrier of light. That orb must be driving them, you think, but as soon as the thought crosses your mind, the machines charge. Their metal feet click against the stone floor, and through a passage at the far end of the room, you can see shadows flickering. Reinforcements on their way. You need to shut down the barrier and disable the orb, and you need to do it fast.
Well, the audio was slightly better balanced that time, but there's obviously discrepancies between the text written and what's actually said aloud. Oh, they're pretty big. Okay, let's have a look and see what we have to do. Destroy the pillars, 0 out of 4. So we've got 2 behind us, and then we've got 2 in front of us. Rune machines are spawned at the start of each even round. At the start of every odd round after the first, all the hero summons and rune machines occupying or adjacent to power conduits or pillars suffer 4 damage. So I guess these are power conduits? Yes, so don't stand next to them. It looks like there is no room as such, so never exit a room with loot bags in is going to just tick off, assuming we win this mission. Whenever a pillar is destroyed, a flaming blade spinner is spawned. Moreover, no additional rune machines are spawned near them, and nearby power conduits no longer cause damage. When the final pillar is destroyed, steel automatons are spawned. So the sooner we destroy these, the easier this side of the board gets, is what that's telling me. That is 5 away at the moment. This is technically going to be an odd round. So are we going to suffer damage by standing next to the power conduit? I feel that's a maybe, but I can't see a way of us avoiding that. Well, knocking these down is going to be probably our urgency. Oh, there's going to be a Rune Machine Elite step in there, probably at the start of the next round. Yeah. And one on this side, and one up there, and one up there. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a lot. So, We're gonna air support. It'd be good to move in 3 if we could. Which we can with Meat Grinder. So that puts us in a nice position to get some air support out on this thing. I'm assuming you're both going to head down this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can move 4, which you can with breakthrough. Or deadly shot. Deadly shot would be fine. These pillars don't appear to be immune to anything, but they may be just naturally immune to everything from what they are. So we'll use deadly shot to actually move in. And we could do crushing weight in order to try and get this killed faster. Yeah, let's do that. I'll assume we're going slow over here. If we're going slow, we can still do some damage with kinetic transfer. It's range 2. So as long as we end up here, we'll be fine. 1, 2, 3. So a move of 3 with cascading reaction and then kinetic transfer, and we can do some damage out on this side. I feel like that's a reasonable bunch of options. Let's see what happens. They are coming in quickly. Okay, Banner Spear. Get down close. We didn't need to get quite this close, but this is fine in itself. Get the air support on this. Drifter. Get right up next to this, please. I'm kind of tempted to put you right next to the other one as well. No, we'll put you on this side. And get crushing weight activated so that when we start beating this thing to a pulp, we get the benefit of it. Painful. Still painful. Right, I wanted to move in 3 to here. And then I want to move 1 and hit this. That is our first additional time unit. It is too far away for us to try and get a wound on it. I probably should have used this on one of these. That was a bit of a mistake, but what are you going to do? We want to kill this thing this turn if we can. We could try... No, let them come would be going the wrong direction, so that's not going to work. If I summon someone behind me, it's still not going to be quite enough. I could set for the charge to hit this as it comes in. Or I can step in and do deflective maneuver with advantage. And I think that's a smarter choice. So we'll step in using... Let them come. So we're right next to this. Well, maybe right next to this thing. And we'll see how it goes. Time to start going fast. We need to step in one and do a little bit of damage. So make it count will allow us to step in and hit. And power leak is a big hit. Alternatively, we could use precision timing to step in and hit it. Let's say blurry jab and make it count. I don't think we need to go faster than that. And on this side, we have a ruined machine over here. It'd be quite good to get some retaliation. So we're going to do relentless, but I'd also like to hit this thing as much as possible, knowing that we're going to take 4 damage from it. We could use Vile Assault. And then relentless. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going for the big hit straight away. So Banner Spear. Step on in to block the way. Skip the movement. I don't think we need to do more than that. Really solid. Blink Blade. There is that flaming blade spinner. We obviously don't like it, but there's not much we can do about it. There's not much left for us to do, so skip that attack. Drifter. Big hit. Not sure why we got an active bonus for that. Oh, because of the card that we drew. That was alright. It was not amazing, but it was alright. Probably could have used the muscle potion. Might have been a little better. Let's get our retaliate on. Yeah, don't like that thing. Youch. Take the 4 damage. These things are nasty traps. And that means our retaliation is kind of going to be pointless. So painful. Okay, let's move on in. So this thing has an innate retaliate of 2 and an immunity to wound, but not an immunity to poison. This round it will be safe to stay next to the power conduits. So I could use regroup. And rallying cry to put a banner in front of us. 1, 2, 3. I don't mind us taking a little bit of damage. I just don't want to be next to it when it goes off. Hit and run will lock it in place. I'm thinking we should be moving round to the next one already, rather than just waiting for it. We can move 4 with precision timing. And an additional 2, which does get us pretty close. Okay, let's try that. Precision timing to move in 4. And hit and run to continue moving. And if we do it that way round, we can use regroup to move you in first, maybe. So if we're using that as the move, what are we going to... Oh, we could do at all costs to give everyone a bit of healing. And just take a little bit of damage ourselves. That is a fine choice. Because this doesn't have a range on it. So over this backside, we are going to do a little bit of healing on ourselves, I think. But we're also going to wallop this. And that should hopefully stop this ruined machine appearing. Flaming Blade Spinner is nasty. It's going to do lots of wounds to everyone in range. Okay, hit this first of all. Gain a point back on the... No, actually. Don't use that. Can I back out of that? I think I need to follow through with it. It's fine. It was a mistake, because that used one of our bonuses to put bleed on. And I can't undo now. Oh, that's a big hit. That is way more damage than I needed to do. Let's have a look. What are you doing? You're moving 3, 1, 2, 3. So you're going to come in and you're going to do a big hit on us. So if I move over there... You're not going to have reached us. That's actually smarter for me. back up to here. Alright, time to get you moving. And I think I'll get back one of my level 1 cards. But let's do the healing first. Can't heal myself, but I can heal you. Oh, it has to be within visual range. Well, it's still worth us doing this. Drink the healing potion now. And let's get that stamina potion out. I think deflecting maneuver, regroup, or at all costs. Regroup will allow us to heal ourselves and get rid of any wounds that this thing gives us. Alright, Blink Blade. Time to move. Step round. No one to attack. Skip the attack. Does this count as hazardous terrain? Oh, you can walk over the power conduits. I didn't realise that. Oh, this thing is going to attack us, but it's not going to be too bad. I'll save the Frenzy Vial for when we're next to this pillar. Prevent the wound coming in. Can't prevent that one, unfortunately. These things are going to do electric shocks next turn. So if I go for sap speed over here and hit both of these. It's not going to lock them in place. Power Leak would be a good amount of damage on them though. But that would poison me. Twin Strike allows me to hit one and then back away and hit a different. And then I can do Sand in the Hourglass to get rid of that wound. I don't know, feels like I could be doing more. Alright, let's focus on what we can do. Twin Strike, Sap Speed. We'll use Sap Speed to move in, and then we'll do like a whole Frenzy multi-strike combination thing on this and try and get it sorted. Big guy. If you move, you'd need to move 5 to get round far enough, which you're not going to manage. could use draining arrows to stand next to this guy. And chunk of flesh to hit him. And hopefully start doing some damage, let him do some retaliate on us. Rather than using... No, draining arrows is fine. We'll do that. So what are we going to do down here with this thing? I would love to be able to push it back one. I could, however, back myself into the corner and set for the charge and hit them both. But it feels kind of like I'm just waiting for the damage to come in. If I step across and set for the charge on this side, however, one will end up standing next to the power conduit. So, Drifter. We said we were going to chunk of flesh him. So we may as well step into here. Let's get back and use crushing weight. Then I think it's probably worth us having the muscle potion now. So we've got advantage on this hit. And we could stun him. He's immune to disarm, immune to poison, but he's not immune to stun. It helps us out. It heals us. And we'll get back another use of crushing weight. Take the damage from the wound. Okay. I said we were going to step across. So we can't flame vial that thing. That's good to know. But we can frenzy it. And I don't think the poison's going to do anything to it, because I don't see the symbol appearing above. But we can still use Twin Strike to get a bunch of hits. What's this guy going to do? He's going to move 1. What's the Spinning Blade going to do? It's going to move 4. So if I step to here, I'll still have space to get in and hit that next turn. And I won't be next to things. Yeah, you know what? Protect against that 1 damage. Oh, they're attacking at range, so he's not going to end up next to the thing anyway. Ow. God, I don't like that. That's helped us out a little bit. we need to do some healing. Resolve courage, regroup. We're going to do some healing and we're going to move up. We're going to keep going with this chap. Sustained momentum will do damage on him. Shockwave will allow us to kind of start moving around this way. And Blue Blade, I think it's time for a short rest. Although we could do Power Leak and Sand in the Hourglass to just get some healing on ourselves and put some damage out. It would cause a muddle, which is no good. But we could still put a wound on something, maybe. No, short rest is going to be better. Short rest will get back sap speed and we'll make that work for us. Kinetic transfer, we can lose that. So I think sap speed is going to be our best bet. Potentially take out one of these and injure that thing. As for actually moving in, Blurry Jab works quite well for that. Even if we have to step round, it will still be fine. Ooh, Steel Automaton are going to do a big hit and stun. Don't like that. So get some healing. And we are going to move further away. Still gonna reach us. Drifter. We'll do the hit that we can on this guy. Get another use of crushing weight back. And I think because this is the elite, it's going to be worth us having the stone skin potion. And we'll move as far as we can. Just try and mitigate things as much as possible. You know what? I'm going to use the healing charm as well now. Okay, this has actually blocked off the banner spear, so that's not terrible for us. Step into here, and we will put the damage out on you. Then we'll sap speed on these two. Very nice. Flame Vial can't be used on anything nearby, so we're really just waiting. Don't like the muddling. Hopefully it won't affect us too much. Short rest on the Banner Spear. Banner Spear is going to get healing out on everyone this turn. Because this guy didn't come to walk next to us, we can push on further. Continuous Self Precision Aim. We'll try and start moving up and around this way. As for here, I would like to get that gone. Let's go fast. Let's hypothetically say hit and run and precision timing. Although we could... we could power leak to hit this and that. Right, hypothetically, precision timing and power leak. Power leak's going to go bam, bam. Then precision timing is going to move us to kill this one, and then it leaves us in a terrible place. It's the make it count that's the card I want to be playing, but we just don't have it in us. It's fine. We're gonna have the healing. We're gonna have the healing, so we'll go quickly. Sure, we can lose. Let them come. So we're going to do at all costs. And deflecting maneuver to get a little bit of shield on ourselves. We can see everyone from here, so that's all good. Take the damage. Power leak. Poison ourself. And get poison on him as well. A little bit of retaliation damage, but that's fine. I will get a flame vial on you so that you're just dead. Move around to here. Get an attack off. Got him killed. These things, I think, are going to zap at the end of this round. You're going to move 1 and attack 2, so we're going to take a little bit of damage, but that's fine. Step into here. Give you some healing. Give you some healing. Interesting. Because this didn't actually heal any health, we only lost 1 damage. Banner Spear is all secure, at least as secure as can be. Oh, that's so painful. You know what? Lose... Lose Resolved Courage for now. That's more acceptable. And we need to start moving up towards this thing, but we can still have some benefit. Step in towards the middle. Get a point back on crushing weight. And fling a shot out. And get a point back on relentless. And a point back on crushing weight. Which honestly I wasn't expecting. Oh, that's a tough hit. That ignored our shield. We had two shield. And it's just ignored it. Oh, maybe I think it's only against range. I think that one might be only against range. Oh, that's a nasty hit. We will just lose hit and run for that. And we will recover. Blurry jab, I think. That's from our lovely charm. And it gives us regen as well. So the big guys don't get affected by this. Right, so hero summons and ruin machines, but not the steel automaton. Okay. That is good to know. I think it's time we start picking these off. Short rest. You need to heal yourself up. So we're going to go for regroup. And let's go for air support and meat grinder, actually. We'll be able to back away and do some worthwhile bits. Time to be mobile, because these aren't going to zap for a while, so we can move. Blurry jab will move us 2. Or Twin Strike will move us 1 and heal us a little bit, but that's not really much. Get to there. 1, 2, 3. You might be close enough to heal with Make It Count. Yeah, we can lose continuous health. So we're gonna do precision aim finally. And I think prudent preparation and get some healing out on our friend. The automaton are staying still and they're just doing ranged attacks. Blade Blades are gearing up for war. That's fine. Banner Spear, let's bring you up where you can get some healing. And seeing as these things have a retaliate distance, that gets rid of the wound. Let's pierce through this thing. going to help us out significantly. Oh my god, you retaliate at that range? Ah, this turn, it's 2 at range 3. Alright, fine. We will burn Rallying Cry. Rather than lose the regen. Step on in. No one to injure. But we can do a little bit of healing. Keep things moving forwards. I don't mind about these guys doing their muddling. It's not really going to affect what we're doing next turn. So first things first, get that healing out. And now we'll stick on precision aim. Right, Drifter. Draining arrows. Those are going to help. These guys are immune to poison, but they're not immune to wound, so we may want to consider getting a flaming vial on them sooner rather than later. Draining arrows is range 2, so we're going to have to come closer. So shockwave and draining arrows step into like here and hit these ones. I want you moving around the corner as quickly as you can. So probably cascading reaction and twin strike. You might end up twin striking this and then moving off. And we can move the banner spear down and do set for the charge and, in fact, set for the charge and regroup. We'll move you up and round, and then you can step away from the edge. Oh, we don't want to be standing next to this when it goes off, though. Bad idea. Set for the charge, and probably unbreakable wall, but we'll just use that to move away from the conduits. So set for the charge. And we'll step down to here. Drifter. We're going to move on this side so we can shoot these 3. You know what? Power potion for this. We may be rolling at disadvantage, but we'll still do what we can, and also protective scepter. We'll get a use back of precision aim. And we're going to kill it with retaliate. That makes me happy. That's not much damage. This is a big knockback though, and that's going to hurt next turn. Well, we may as well hit this guy as much as we can before we move on elsewhere. And then we'll just move up to... In fact, we'll move round to this point. Ow. We're going to have to burn a card when these things go off. Burn, regroup. And we'll do a short rest. Can't do poison on these guys or disarm, but we can do breakthrough to do a good amount of damage. So deadly shot and breakthrough. And up here, it's going to be a short rest as well. But we're going to end up going fast. Yeah, we can lose at all costs. And I don't like losing precision timing. Like, we could use it to move to here and then attack and then move up a bit. And then potentially twin strike. You know what? Redraw it. Sure. We'll use make it count. Seeing as you're in place, let's say set for the charge and meat grinder. Get some regen on yourself and kill these as they come in. Heading up here to kill this guy. If you could just... Oh, actually we could jump over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With blurry jab. Or 4 with cascading reaction. And then blurry jab to just hit him and kill him. Let's do it. So, Banner Spear, first of all. Set for the charge. And we're going to just back up 1. I can actually back up to here. You guys are going to move 3, so yeah. Let's come down to here. And go for the heal on yourself. Activate the wing boots. Hop on over. Get the old blurry jab going. This thing will die on its turn. Ow. Lose sap speed. And we'll get back blurry jab. Because I am much happier with that. Set for the charge doing what it needs to. Great. I am aware that these are going to bazap. Should have moved 1 space further away, thinking about it. We can take the 4 damage from this in order to get the loot. So skip the movement. Do the breakthrough. It's a big hit. It's painful. And because it's hazardous terrain damage, they're not getting the retaliation. Ah, no, those didn't trigger this turn. Great, we've got time. We need to keep going fast. Precision timing will allow us to step up and get a hit. I would love it if we could do a little more. If we go up to here and power leak, we can hit both of them. But it's not going to be enough. Okay, if I do twin strike here, then step 2, then twin strike. And then precision timing will allow me to step stab and then step away as well. That keeps us going. Yeah, a ranged shielded character reduces incoming ranged attacks. That is exactly what deflecting maneuver does. We can use it. You know, we'll be better off doing air support and unbreakable wall and just try and tank as much damage as we can. Chunk of flesh, sustain momentum. We'll just keep trying to put the damage out there. Oh, they're going to do big hits. In order, twin strike, get you killed. Not get you killed. All right. Get a hit on this. And then step to the side. You're only going to move 1. This allows us to go fast next turn, which is fine. Skip the rest of the movement. Banner Spear. Air support on the one that's right next to us. It may be at a disadvantage, but the more damage... Oh my god, that is painful. Tank it. Tank it with all your might. We will chunk of flesh this guy, just to try and get him taken out. Assuming we hit him, he's going to hit us, and then he'll die to the retaliation. And get that little bit of healing in. We'll get another use of crushing weight back. And we need to move so we're not next to this thing. So just stepping up 1 will help. Ow. Lose deflecting maneuver. Use the chain armor. Finally, one of the automatons gone. Now, there's going to be more that spawn. for right now. Short rest. Actually, you could do a long rest. We can let the drifter take this one. Drifter can do a short rest. If we're gonna step in fast, we can power leak. And blurry jab. We're not going to get both of them killed, but we'll get some damage out there. Yeah, we can use draining arrows. So we can use prudent preparation to give you a bit more healing, but you're running along the cards anyway, so there's not much use in that. Doing it to ourselves, however, makes a lot of sense. And then break through to get some damage out on this guy. God, he's going to hit for 5. Well, when he hits us, it's going to kill him. Step in, skip the rest of the movement, poison ourselves. And hit both of these. No wound actually done on it, but we'll be able to kill it next turn. And it will get rid of the poison on us at the start of next turn. Oh, this is gonna hurt. 6 damage. You know what? Take it. Because we can heal up. Okay, I think we're gonna have to lose... Set for the charge. Banner Spear, I need you to go as slow as possible. Pretty much everyone's going to go as slow as possible except for the Blink Blade. We'll hit sustained momentum and chunk of flesh, I guess. And over here, you're going to do short rest. I feel like we need precision timing to move fast, but we can use power leak. So we're going to go for power leak to kill that, and then potentially Wind Strike to move away and give us a little bit of healing. Got rid of our poison.
The final pillar is reduced to a chaotic mass of cable and scrap. And the high-pitched whine emanating from the orb slowly lowers and then sputters out. The yellow light flickers and fades. The orb is vulnerable, but the fight isn't over. As a last-ditch effort to protect the power source, 2 hulking giants of metal rise up from the machinery beneath the orb. You're not sure you could even bring them down, but with any luck, destroying the orb should end this fight.
Oh, we've got our target then. Let's have a look. Well, we might be able to bring them down, but this thing is going to be much easier. Destroy the glowing orb, that is our objective. This thing's going to move 2, and it's going to muddle us, that's fine. Because we've muddled ourselves already. Okay, they are just shielding and retaliating. So, Banner Spear. Air support this thing, except we're going to back away so we don't hit it with disadvantage. And let's get some loot while we're doing it. May as well apply healing on the person who's likely to live through this turn. Nice! Look at that. That is precisely what we needed. Drifter, get in and smash it. No! Next turn. Assuming you don't get stunned. Get a use of Relentless. If I cancel Unbreakable Wall, we won't get it back. So we are just going to have to do a long rest on the Banner Spear. Shockwave, Deadly Shot will try and just move quickly and punch this. And speaking of trying to move quickly, if we use Blurry Jab, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can get close enough to it to hit. So Cascading Reaction, Blurry Jab, let's charge in and just try and take it out. Drifter, first things first. I think we're done. The other thing I haven't been considering is, as we've been destroying these, the pillars, the power conduits haven't been dangerous anymore. Get what loot you can. We can still try and kill this guy as well. It's not likely to be particularly effective. And we'll just skip movement and stay where we are. Oh, some Arrowvine. Now these things are still going to attack us, but then hopefully they'll be done. Armor comes to the rescue. And Banner Spear, you can lose Meat Grinder. And in theory, next turn you would fall over, but you survive by the skin of your teeth, which is a horrible saying. Not quite enough to take you to level 5, Charlotte, but certainly doing well. In terms of what we managed, Miser, tick. Mugger, no. Dawdler, no. We are getting there, though.
You aim true, and the orb cracks. The thick glass splits like a piece of marble, and the light within it fades. A puff of smoke leaks out, smelling of burnt sap and rain. The room reels in response. The machines seize and fall silently to the ground. But the door leading onward slams shut, locked into place by a thick metal gear.
Well, that's inconvenient.
With the yellow glow now gone, you relight your torches and examine the door. In order to move forward, you'll have to disable the mechanism securing the sealed door. But the system is incredibly complex. A large ring is affixed to the center of the door, and this ring holds 6 smaller circular plates at even intervals. You reach out and touch one of the pieces and find it strangely cold compared to the warmth of the room. You press harder, and a pained creaking echoes throughout the room. One of the plates gives an unwilling turn. You press harder still, and discover the entire ring spins as well. You spend a great deal of time doing this, turning the ring and the plates into different positions, but, beyond making a fair deal of noise, the door refuses to budge. You look closer and see a number of symbols etched in the wall along the circumference of the device. Starting from the top and going clockwise, you see a skull, a scarab, a triangle, a moon, a star, and an anchor. They must mean something, but as much as it pains you to admit, without further context, you'll have to turn back for now.
It's definitely some kind of combination lock. Let's just proceed. Each hero in the party gains 15 gold. Temper of Liberation complete. But we don't know what else we can do. It's troubling, Crane says. Troubling! You find the Quattrell in his quarters, sulking behind a newly made desk cobbled together from scraps of wood and the legs of his bed. He's poring over your work on the cipher, but it doesn't seem to be the breakthrough he was hoping for. You sorted their letters, Crane says. I much appreciate it, but your solution just leads to more problems. It seems the author of this tome has taken steps to shroud their work in deeper levels of obfuscation. Crane stabs his quill into the inkpot and slouches back in his chair. It's not complicated by any means, just time intensive, he says. I've got the title at least, Project Source by Mistress Torfil Logren. It appears to be a research journal. These Quattrell researchers are investigating some phenomena in the north. Can't say what they were looking for, but this section here, he holds up the tome, open to a page with a very small, very crude map surrounded by text. This tells of an experiment at the largest of a series of spires. They were apparently built not too far from here, but the experiment, I don't know. All I have is this. Crane hands you a small scrap of paper that shows a diagram of sorts. I'm sure you won't have any trouble working out what that means. See if you can find this large spire and get to the bottom of it. Maybe he means the top. And then we've got a visiting trader campaign event. Ah, my best customers. Heh. It's the old travelling merchant in his carriage full of items of suspicious origins. He invites you to poke through his inventory. Same price as before, but even better value. No one's going to come looking for these. He doesn't elaborate, and you think better than to press the issue. So there is some interesting stuff in there. Warden's Robes is only really useful if we have summons, which we don't really use very often. Yeah, I don't think any of these are really worth us buying. Same with the resources, although we do have money to spare. We could potentially buy a Circlet of Elements for the future, but I think if you buy it, it has to go on a character, and then when we retire the characters, we would lose them. I think we'll leave it alone for now.
damn White Oak. They give us half a budget and still expect us to stay alive.
Captain Olmsted is stomping around angrily. He punctuates his frustration by knocking a weapon rack to the floor.
Upgrades to the barracks can mean the difference of lives in this town, and we're stuck filling requests that take months to get through the pass and back just on their stupid red rejected stamps!
He grabs a training sword and stabs it into the straw belly of a practice dummy. This seems like a bad time to ask if there are any new jobs posted.
We can offer to cover the cost of upgrading the barracks. We've got a little bit in the way of resources. 10 gold. 10 gold is easy. Not even 3 from there. Let's say 6. No, 5 and 5.
You offer to make up the budget deficit to upgrade the barracks out of your own pocket. Captain Olmsted's eyes widen.
You mercenaries are not nearly the scum Souther thinks you are. I'm going to tell her right now.
And the barracks have been upgraded, which means there's now 6 soldiers there. Oh, that's cool. That saved us a whole rigmarole. It gave us a prosperity as well. I'm very happy with that. Okay, well, we've got one tiny thing left to do. Let's go in and do the new perk for Charlotte. If we go to Overwhelm. Overwhelm is fine. Technique could get us doing some big hits. Tireless leadership will give us a lot more mobility on people. But we don't really have much in the way of shoving. It's not reliable, but it is a +2 shove. And anything that's a +2 is a good chunk of damage going out as well. So let's do that. Okay, well with that, that's a good point to finish off this episode. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you are continuing to enjoy this as we reach the end of summer. If you are enjoying it, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Frosthaven. See you soon.